I think you guys are going to really like this video because it's super cool, the stuff I have to show you. So I collect stamps, and I'm not a big stamp collector, but every now and then I'll add a few stamps to my stamp collection. It's something where my interest is kind of like a roller coaster. There'll be times where I will order a few things, and then times it'll pull back. And I definitely like coins and currency and silver and gold and all of that stuff a lot more than I do stamps. But this is really cool. So these are called crash covers. And a cover is simply an envelope that's been stamped and used in the course of mail. It's literally just a word for the envelope. And crash covers are actually envelopes that were damaged in an airplane wreck in the early days of airmail. And you can see that this one was damaged by airplane wreck December 22nd, 1930. That is actually a stamp, or what's called a cachet, basically something that's been added to the envelope that indicates that this was involved in that crash, and that's why it came damaged, the envelope. Here's the original newspaper article. You can see this is December 22nd, 1930. December 22nd, 1930. At Alhambra, California, 2:40 a.m. The southbound Western Air Express, Salt Lake City to Los Angeles, Howard B. Cox, pilot, developed engine trouble and on the approach to the airport, with very poor visibility, crashed into a house and burst into flames. Miraculously, the pilots and passengers escaped injury, but the mail did not fare so well. Of the original 1,400 pounds, only 575 pounds of charred and water-soaked mail was recovered. A two-line cachet was applied at the Los Angeles post office, reading damaged by airplane wreck December 22nd, 1930. And you can see where this was clearly damaged. You can see the water kind of made the ink run. And you can see kind of they applied some tape because it had come open. You can see they wrote airmail. This is from 1930. Again, and just check the back. You can definitely see they put some more tape on there and some more tape here, and looks like the edges had come undone, and it's clearly been soaked in water. So I got another one of these, which is cool too, because I have not only the cover, and you can clearly see this one was in an airplane wreck. You can see like all the water staining and the stamp damaged in plane crash, Hollywood, South Carolina, December 17th of 1955. And just look at that. You can see all the water staining. And the cool thing is this actually has the original newspaper article from the 50s in it. And you can see a picture of the envelopes there with that cachet, damaged in plane crash, Hollywood, South Carolina, December 17th, 55. And it's cool. I'll just read you a little bit of this. Let's see. Jacksonville. Many thousands of Florida citizens will not receive Christmas greetings, parcels, even dividend and bonus checks because of Wednesday's airplane crash here. The plane, an Eastern Airlines Constellation, was carrying 2,000 pounds of mail, upward of 100,000 letters, when it crashed and burned, killing 17 persons. Postal inspectors said at least 95 pieces of those letters were charred in varying degrees, if not destroyed. I wonder if 95 pieces or 95... I wonder what the PCTS stands for. If you know, leave it in the comments. The mail, ashes and all, was taken to the Jacksonville post office, where crews of postal workers will spend several days sorting through it. Floyd Brooker, assistant postmaster, said, "We are bending all efforts to salvage and deliver every possible piece of not damaged beyond recognition." The foreman of the sorting crew, who asked not to be named, estimated that 2/3 of the mail is too badly burnt to identify. There are processes by which writing on completely burned paper can be read, he said, but for reasons of great expense, this will not be possible in all cases. And it just goes on. And just reading about the crash survivors. Doesn't really say too much about them, but oh, I see. These are the crash survivors, and these are letters that the Centennial Star, this newspaper, actually received. So I think that's pretty cool. I have another one coming and it's actually been burned at the top. And I actually have a picture of the airplane that flew in. But I think that's really, really super cool, these crash covers. And to think this was on a Constellation, that's even cooler. You know, I'm an aviation guy. I've been a flight attendant and have worked for airlines for many years. And so I kind of geek out on the airline stuff or the airplane, aviation in general, that type of stuff. And that's pretty cool that this was on a Constellation. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I thought I'd show you something kind of cool and something neat and something inexpensive. You can pick these crash covers up depending on how cool they are. Like the one I've got that's coming that was burned and everything, that was like like a $50 bill for that, which kind of expensive for an old envelope, but it's super cool. I'll make a video when I get it. But these were like not very much, 25, something like that. $50 altogether for both. And it's just neat. I mean, it's an envelope with the story. It's not just a regular envelope, it's an envelope with the story. So super, super cool, and an interesting story at that, and a story that you can go back and research. Just go to Google and type in plane crash, Hollywood, South Carolina, and the date. Same with this one. You can probably get the tail number, and you can Google the tail number and get a picture of that exact airplane and learn more about the pilot and the passengers that were on board, if there was a co-pilot or flight attendants. Super, super cool. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe, and take care.